There are dozens of budgeting apps out there claiming to be powered by AI, but most of them just bolt a chatbot onto the same old spreadsheet logic that's existed for decades. In this video, I'm comparing 5 of the most genuinely popular options in 2026, Monarch Money, Copilot Money, YNAB, Rocket Money, and Cleo, so you can figure out which one actually fits your specific situation instead of just downloading whichever one has the loudest marketing this month. Each of these apps takes a genuinely different approach to the same core problem, and understanding those differences up front will save you weeks of trial and error. Let's start with Monarch Money. Its standout feature is that it's built specifically for households, not individuals. If you're managing money jointly with a partner or spouse, Monarch gives both of you shared visibility into every single account, alongside net worth tracking and long-term goal planning inside one shared dashboard that both partners can access and update in real time. This sounds like a small detail, but it solves one of the most common sources of financial friction in relationships, one partner tracking everything while the other has no visibility at all. It's consistently rated as the strongest option specifically for couples because of this shared access model. Most competing apps were designed around a single user's login, and retrofitted household sharing as an afterthought, which usually shows in clunky permission systems or duplicated data entry. Monarch built shared access into the core product from the very beginning, which shows in how naturally two people can coordinate a budget together without stepping on each other's changes or losing track of who updated what. Beyond the household features, Monarch also offers investment account tracking alongside your day-to-day spending, giving you a genuinely complete picture of your net worth in one place rather than jumping between your bank app, your brokerage app, and a separate budgeting tool. For households that want one single source of truth for their entire financial picture, this consolidation is a meaningful advantage over apps that focus purely on checking account spending. Next is Copilot Money, which is iPhone only, so if you're on Android, this one's off the table entirely, no exceptions whatsoever. But for iPhone users specifically, Copilot is widely considered the best-looking, most polished budgeting app available on the market right now. It automatically categorizes transactions using AI, learning your specific spending patterns over time to reduce manual categorization work with each passing month. The interface is genuinely more pleasant to interact with daily compared to most competitors, which matters more than people expect going in. A budgeting app you actually enjoy opening every day gets used consistently over months and years. One you dread opening gets abandoned within a few weeks, no matter how powerful its underlying features are on paper. Copilot's design team clearly understood that consistency beats raw feature count when it comes to actual behavior change. Copilot also includes a feature that projects your future spending based on recurring bills and past patterns, giving you a rolling forecast of your account balance weeks into the future. This kind of forward-looking projection is something most competing apps simply don't offer at all, since they're built around showing you where your money already went rather than where it's about to go. Then there's YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget, and it takes a completely different philosophy from every other app on this list. YNAB is built around zero-based budgeting, where every single dollar you earn gets assigned a specific job before you ever spend it, whether that's rent, groceries, savings, or debt payoff. This forces a level of intentionality that passive tracking apps simply don't require. This requires meaningfully more manual effort than the other apps here, since you're actively making decisions about every dollar rather than letting an algorithm categorize things after the fact. But it's specifically designed to help people break the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and pay down debt through intentional planning rather than passive tracking after the money's already gone. YNAB's own user data consistently shows that new users report feeling more in control of their money within just a few months of adopting the system. The learning curve on YNAB is genuinely steeper than the other 4 apps covered here, and it's worth being honest about that up front. It typically takes new users several weeks of consistent use before the zero-based method starts to feel natural rather than tedious. But users who push through that initial adjustment period tend to become some of the most loyal, long-term users of any budgeting app on the market. Rocket Money, which I've covered in much more depth in a separate dedicated video, is best known for automatically finding and canceling unwanted subscriptions on your behalf. Its budgeting features are solid, but genuinely not its main selling point. If subscription creep specifically is your biggest financial headache, Rocket Money solves that particular problem better than any other app on this entire list, since it's purpose-built around exactly that use case. Finally, there's Cleo, which takes the most fundamentally different approach of all 5 apps covered here. Cleo is built entirely around AI chat, meaning you interact with your finances through conversation rather than dashboards, charts, and spreadsheets. You can literally ask it questions about your spending and get a direct, conversational answer back, almost like texting a financially literate friend. It's specifically designed for people who find traditional budgeting apps overwhelming, or who tend to avoid checking their accounts altogether out of anxiety or avoidance. If dashboards and numbers make you want to close the app immediately, Cleo's conversational interface might finally get you to actually engage with your finances on a regular basis, since the barrier to entry is just typing a question rather than parsing a chart. Cleo also has a distinctive personality baked into its responses, using humor and occasionally blunt honesty about your spending habits, which some users find motivating and others find off-putting. It's genuinely a matter of personal preference whether the tone works for you, so it's worth trying the free tier before committing to any paid features. So how do you actually choose between these 5 very different apps? If you're managing money jointly with a partner, Monarch Money's shared household features make it the clear standout choice. If you're an iPhone user who genuinely cares about design and wants a daily experience you'll actually enjoy using, Copilot Money is worth the switch from whatever you're using now. If you're serious about getting out of debt through real discipline rather than passive tracking, YNAB's zero-based system, while requiring more upfront effort, tends to produce the strongest actual results according to their own user data. If your biggest problem is specifically subscription creep, Rocket Money solves that more directly and completely than any of the others on this list. And if you've avoided budgeting apps in the past because they felt overwhelming, judgmental, or just plain boring, Cleo's conversational approach might finally get you to engage consistently where every other app has failed you before. The honest truth is that there's no single objectively best budgeting app that works equally well for everyone. There's only the app that matches how you personally think about money, and how much manual effort you're genuinely willing to put in on an ongoing, weekly basis. Match the tool to your actual situation and habits, not to whichever app happens to have the loudest marketing campaign running this particular month on social media. That's the full comparison across all 5 platforms. Subscribe for more honest, numbers-first breakdowns of the financial tools actually worth paying for, based on real features and real user outcomes rather than marketing claims.